Kong Republic I like. Speaking your truth on the mic. Hit the subscribe and like. Time to
Kongcast.
Hey, what's going on, Conquerors? Welcome back to another great episode of Kongcast, coming to you right here from Kong Republic Studios, the hub for all creatives and artists, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking for photography, you're gonna get it right here. If you're looking to start your own podcast, same thing. If you're looking to record your own music, we are definitely in the works with that project, ladies and gentlemen. And just overall, all your entertainment needs are met right here in this space. And for all creatives and artists, on that note, we have a very, very special man in the building. That's right, a top tier talent, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody who is an actor and a musician. Somebody on the hit series Gomora. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Mr. Ntobeko Sishi.
Yo, what a nice intro. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, sir. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Away, man. No, we're happy to have you here. Normally, how we start off the show, you know, we hit you with a few icebreakers.
And I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, sir, all right. If we in a karaoke bar, all right,
Okay.
what song would you pick?
A song I can sing from start to finish.
Anything.
Sure, it'd probably be a rap song. I don't know, like something by Drake.
Okay.
Something by Drake. I don't know. There's Forever. I think anything by Drake.
Anything by Drake. That's your favorite artist, G?
He's one of
them.
yeah,
Everything by Drake is hot, bro.
You know?
Yeah, it doesn't miss.
It doesn't miss at all.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could live in any historical period, which one would you choose?
I'd choose the era when Shaka was king.
Oh, okay.
For
Any
sure.
particular reason?
So you can be king.
It's one of the only places that we were flourishing in history, you know, because obviously, in other instances we were not flourishing. So I'd say when Shaka was king, and I feel like I would have, been a warrior. I would have killed him, man.
Yeah, you would have been in there, killing it. All right, no sweat.
Okay,
man.
cool. But let's get right into it, all right? So, sir, tell me something. Describe your childhood. I know you're a predominant actor, but describe your childhood and school and growing up. Like, was drama and theater kind of part of it growing up? And how did it come about?
Ironically, I went to an engineering high school.
Okay.
So they didn't even offer commerce subjects.
Oh wow.
So they didn't offer anything in the arts. Before then, I was just at a normal primary school doing, musicals that all kids do,
Right.
And I was like, I really like doing this. I decided very young on that I want to do this. I'd have there's this PlayStation game I used to play. It was a
Sing song.
Sing Star.
Sing Star, yeah.
When I was like 7. And I'd hit all the notes.
This started off at 7.
Yeah, when I was actually hitting the notes and like I was beating everyone, I was like, maybe I should do this.
Right.
And then I started doing a lot of musicals when I was in primary school. Then in high school, I'd search for auditions online. And I'd search for, places where I could do musicals, where I could perform anywhere, really.
Right.
I'd wash cars to go to those auditions, just to be able to get on a taxi and go. So that was, I knew from a young age. And then even though I was in a high school that didn't push it, like for me, it was really important to push it myself. And then I went on to study something else, but I'm back. That's the thing is no matter how hard you try and ignore this calling, if it's yours, it's yours.
Yeah, if you got a passion, you're always gonna go.
Yeah, always.
And the thing is with a passion, bro, and I shouldn't be saying this on camera. The money is not even a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the money is a cherry on the icing. But if you love what you're doing, you'll wake up in the morning and work your to get him. Look at you. You're saying you used to wash cars to pay for transport. Where, bro? Respect, my G. Respect, bro.
And the money will come.
And it's been coming, bro. So it's not where.
I'm not sure.
If you're on a hit series, I'm sure it's coming, bro. Definitely. But talking about your childhood, we want you to describe like the kind of music you listen to, in your childhood for you to inspire being a musician? Like, what was the main music?
There was a lot of gospel in the house all the time. There was a lot of gospel. There was a lot of R&B in the house. 90s, 80s R&B.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say it was gospel and old school R&B more than anything else. The first, oh my God, was 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I was like 5 years old.
That's my
Go
first
shorty. Yeah, man. I was like, this is great. And Usher played a huge role. I'd watch his concerts and I was like, I want to, also be like that, and Michael Jackson, of course.
Clearly, bro, you got that swagger as well, that Usher smooth swagger kind of guy.
Get Rich or Die Trying. I feel like that was like everyone's first hip hop album that they listened to.
Nah, bro, I'm a bit older. I was a little older. I'm a bit older.
Oh man, but okay. When it comes to the people that you've been surrounded with, in the entertainment industry, and the people that you look up to, who would you say is your biggest role model in South Africa in the entertainment industry?
My biggest role model, sure, I have a couple because I work with so many lovely
legends,
people. Mamkoni Chume, Tembi Sete, Katleho Tanke, Zolisa Kaluva, all the people, pretty much all the actors and actresses on Gomora who are older than me. Have had a huge hand, whether it's advice, whether it's just like stories they tell from things that they've been through. There's so much I've learned from them. I'd say those are my role models right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your classmates.
Yeah, my classmates. Yeah.
But so on Gomora, right? You play someone who's in school oriented. So tell me something. I mean, you do such a great job at it. Did school influence, like, did you when you in high school, did it ever influence your part at the moment?
I'd say that, ironically, even though the school I was at didn't necessarily support my artistic endeavors, I think that lack of support kind of like made me go and push harder, because I'd find myself in a lot of instances where I was surrounded by these kids who do drama, who have vocal coaches, who've been doing this all their lives, and their parents are like, yes, pushing them, and their parents go and watch them, and so for me I felt like that really pushed me. That really pushed me. I was like, actually, I don't need to say that I'm doing this in my school. Right now, circumstances don't allow me to. Circumstances don't even allow me to go study this. But I don't care. I'm going to carry on pushing. And so for me, I think my school did play a role in it.
So clearly the pushing worked, because, I mean, sir, this is a picture of you on Sowetan cover. Man, firstly, congratulations.
Congrats, man.
You made it on quite like a, quite a, like hip and hot, magazine, all right? So what was that reaction? I mean, at such a young age with such recognition, I mean, like, what was your reaction when you found that, hey, I'm going to be on the cover here?
Sorry, can I just check the date? When was this? I forgot when it was. This was November last year. So it was last year. I did it with my friend, my homie there, Stelo. Shout out to him. I'd say it was surprising. I was like, me being on like a magazine. We don't really consider all of that and think about that when we're doing what we love. I'm just really into my job, really making sure that I do it well. So this for me is like a cherry on the top. It's just so nice to be like, there's recognition, and that's cool, and it's really cool because Sowetan's also very prestigious in this country. There's so much that Sowetan has seen and, has allowed us to feel throughout the years. So for me, it meant so much to me that we're being honored by such an incredible, prestigious
I mean, they had so many pages, but they decided to put you on the cover, bro. You are the face, bro. So that's a congratulations.
It even looks amazing, man. Like the wardrobe choice, everything.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Shout out.
Okay, so one thing we know is that, from everyone that comes in here, a guest who's sitting in that chair, fame can be, can take a toll on some people, right? It can be a place where mental health isn't exactly in its healthiest form, right? So I wanted to ask you about, how do you deal with like challenges that you face from the acclaimed fame that you just got now?
Sure, it's so hard. It's really hard. I think it's something that, like as is the case with a lot of things, experiencing it, and once you're in it, only then can you really understand it. Because before, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I would never be like that if I was, you know, and then you go through it and you go, I should understand. I understand why, you know, people behave like this. I understand why people, as this, I know this is not a nice thing to say on camera, but like some people go on drugs. I'm not saying that I'm condoning that behavior or that is good, but I'm saying that like when you actually understand the justification, what somebody has been through all their life, to now have to deal with this, it's very difficult. So for me, how have I dealt with it? It's making sure that you're constantly surrounded by, you know, the people who love you. I love, there's this video where this guy was like, don't go where you're tolerated. You know, because a lot of the time we go to places where it's like, oh, okay, no, it's cool to have you here. No, go to the places where when you walk in, the people are like happy to see you, you know, because those are the homies from like, I still have my friends from like years ago. We've been friends now for, 6-7 years. Since before all of this happened. Those are still the same friends I have. So for me, it's really important to be surrounded by those people. Family is also really important. Families played a huge role in it. And I love that when you go home, they'll always remind you, you see here, you're not famous. You know? Go wash those dishes. You know, so yeah, it's the
You're not
people.
gonna be like, Mom, I'm Gomora, man.
Gomora, leave me alone.
Yeah,
So, bro. Okay, no, so you do have that outlook, but I love that you say you surround yourself with people that loves you instead of you just want to be. That's actually such a smart answer, you know. But the reason we brought this up, so because it's a thing that affects a lot of people, you know, and nobody ever speaks about it. And you know, it's good for the audience to hear that, you know, there is filters, there is ways of how to deal with this. You don't need to bottleneck this and keep everything all to yourself. But great, man. But check here, let's move it along, right? You are a very talented actor, so a very talented actor.
Thank you.
And you're also a very talented singer.
Yes.
You are like
Thank
the
you,
best of both. You know, you really are, right? So because you get people that can just sing very well, you know, and you get people that can act very well. But you take both, and you are so accomplished in both of them, right? With having such a powerful skill set of singing and acting, what is your superpower? How does it make you like a stronger creator for your acting and for your singing? Because I'm sure both things play a role on each another somewhat, you know?
Yeah, I'd say for me, they're integrated in a lot of ways. Just for me, more than anything else, it's always been about expressing myself, expressing how I'm feeling. But I'd say that the superpower never lies in the talent, it lies in what you do with it. You know, I'm grateful to be blessed. You know, I believe in God and I believe that I'm blessed. There's nothing I could have done to, you know, just be born being able to like do this. But for me, what's really important is what you do with it. So, you know, we're talking about mental health. We're talking about like a lot of the things I go through, a lot of things I've been through. I like to talk about them in my music. But people say I make sad music. You know, I don't care. But a lot of people are sad. So, you know, it's clearly there's a lot of people who are listening to it going, yo, this is, you know, helping. It's, you know, so for me, that's really important. That for me is the most important thing, just what you do with it.
I love that. It's such a good answer. You know, it's about waking up your hour, actually doing something. So important, bro. So important,
guys. But yeah, guys. On that note, just the great news coming from Kong Republic. We have recently been nominated. That's right. We are nominees for the African Social Entertainment Awards. There it is.
But guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, really.
We won't be there. I mean, like, we just started this. I was looking at the date, and we're not even 6 months in. And without y'all, this wouldn't be possible.
No,
so thank you so much to every one of y'all. It means the world to us that you watch our content, and we actually selected, because for us, this is like really fun that we get to do this. But the fact that we actually get recognized and to be one of the, you know, top guys, top 5 in the country that's selected in Africa,
man,
you know,
literally
it
that's in
means
Africa.
the world to us.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, just for the support, guys, please make sure you SMS R2 Kong Republic to 48068. And you can also vote online at www.aseawards.com/voting as well. But yeah, on that note, we're going to be back with Sishi right after this ad break.
Now, for a limited time, get your exclusive photo shoot for only 2,450 Rand and get a free A1 canvas print. This special includes 20 high-resolution images, 3 hours of editing and retouching, 2 background options of your choice, includes photographer, gear hire, assistant, and refreshments. Get your exclusive photo shoot done at Kong Republic Studios based here in Kyalami, Midrand.
Hey, welcome back, Conquerors, to another great episode of Kongcast. And today we are sitting with the one, the only, Mr. Ntobeko Sishi. Hey! In the building, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting into our second phase of the interview. It's been a great one thus far. But yeah, Sishi, man, I wanted to ask you about your first single, right? Titled Either Way. Released 2 years ago, and right now on YouTube is sitting on 378K views.
First
right?
upload.
Yeah, first upload.
First upload,
right?
bro. Viral sensation.
Viral, right? So what I wanted to know is when did that give you like validation when it comes to your musical journey to continue, or have you just always known like, nah, this is the path, this is it?
Yeah, in terms of not knowing that this is the path,
Yeah.
that's since I've been a kid.
Yes.
What, like, seeing the impact of like a song on people, for me, I guess there's a level of reassurance.
Sure.
But I can't lie to you and say that it's gonna make me like want to do this more.
Sure. That's always been there.
No, I don't think that's ever gonna change. I've
Yeah.
tried so many other things, but I always come back to this, so I know that that's never gonna change. But yeah, it was very inspiring for me. That was the second song. The first song I dropped was in 2019, All Night.
I see.
Then, a year later, Gomora had just started. There was a song that I'd had the idea for years. I was like, actually, I'm kind of over this song. I'm not going to release it. I remember Elise was like, bro, you've got to release this. I was like, bro, I don't think I'm going to release this. Then my manager was also like, bro, you got to release this. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just put it on like Instagram.
Sure.
I put it on Instagram, and then it just like blew up, like just out of the blue. It
Right.
just blew up completely. And my friends and I just took a video like in his apartment. Just took a video in his apartment, nothing serious, no budget, nothing, After a long day on set, I remember he dubbed the thing, did it, and then it just went crazy. And I was like, this is crazy. So then I was like, let me actually release it. Released it, and it debuted at #1 on iTunes that weekend. For me, that was crazy.
That's congrats.
Yeah,
man. That's a big
mad,
congrats,
I mean,
bro.
the fact of the matter that your first upload on YouTube did 377,000 is insane, bro. I mean, the people love you. The people love it, and also you're very talented as well, bro. That's a big thing as well. So congratulations on that. But I must ask you, sir, you've been an R&B artist, okay? And I want to get your take on this, all right? AMAPIANO is kind of representing SA currently, all right? When you think, well, internationals think SA, they think AMAPIANO. Like for example, major leagues, they started in R&B and they moved into AMAPIANO and they got world recognition. Everybody in AMAPIANO right now is traveling all over the world, and they loving the stuff all over the world. So being an R&B artist, can you ever make some R&B with some AMAPIANO?
Mix it in.
Make it a South African kind of
Integrated.
R&B. What's your thoughts as a creator?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's funny because I'm doing that right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it's just it's a huge part of my life. I can't create from like nothing. It's always just I'm always inspired. I don't even say I'm the creator. It's just like I'm just like this vessel of inspiration. And every time I go out, it's Yanos. The songs I've been listening to so much, just the Yanos. So I realized that like sooner or later it's gonna be a part of the music I make as well. And it's not even because like I want that like recognition or that. No, it's just like it's a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
I hear Yanos every day.
You're South African, bro.
So it's part of me as well. So in terms of that, man,
I'm so keen, bro.
Yeah, we're on it.
God, this is exciting, dude. I just was asking hypothetically. I didn't know you're actually working. Clearly, you're working your hard. So you're not sleeping on anything.
Constantly whatever this was inspiring to me, I'm on it.
I wonder, like, when it comes to that genre and piano and R&B, is it same tempo, same beat, or is it slow?
No, there's a lot of differences. But for me, what always unites, like African music, soul. It's like there's never an absence of soul.
Sure.
R&B obviously has soul as well. So that's for me the two similarities is that both are very soulful, but in terms of like the actual sound and creating that sound, AMAPIANO is actually very intricate. And I think a lot of people underestimate that. Like you listen to it, you go, oh, this is simple. No, it's not.
It's hectic, man.
No, so.
Yeah, there's quite a skill set involved, you know. Like I said, we've been working with a lot of producers and creators, you know. There's so much to it, you know.
Lots of it, man.
And then, I mean, we don't see the back end of it, you know. But the other day I was sitting with TJ and he showed me the back end of the song. I was like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's hectic.
Like, this is a lock drum and this is, you know. I was like, yo. I was like, okay, cool.
Man. So when it comes to your music and everything, do you have a creative writer that writes with you, or do you write your own stuff?
So this I'm releasing soon, right? And what I'm releasing now, I worked with my friend, dear friend of mine, Abo. He also like shoots stuff for me, but like
film director.
Yes, he's a director. So like, but outside of that, we've just been like messing around a lot because we freestyle, you know.
Yeah.
We're just like chilling, just freestyle something. So like, actually, let's write something serious, you know. Let's write. And we've written an EP, you know, it's coming out soon. So I've got somebody I've been working with, but before then, no. And even on this tape, I've worked with him on a couple of the songs. But yeah, on the others, I'm still very much, I have a very single-minded, because it's very personal.
Yes.
So a lot of things where I'm like, no one can explain this story better than I can. So I do a lot of my writing alone.
That's cool, eh? That's good. Very multi-talented.
The music is definitely collaborative, man. You know, like having other people come in to tell your story, you know, in a way that doesn't stray far away from you is always important.
That's why I don't know. I'm learning now to work with other people, but it had to be somebody as close to me as Abo. You know, he's one of my best friends, so he knows the stories. As I'm like, we're writing and he knows exactly what
it is.
You know, to work with somebody who doesn't know anything about me has been something that's been daunting. We've tried it, didn't work, but I feel like it's something that I'm going to become more accustomed to.
Because it is your baby, and sometimes it's hard to let go of your baby. You know, you wouldn't just let your kid run off with some stranger, you know. So no, I totally understand what you're talking about. But let's go back a little bit. So let's go back, okay? Take us back to the day you did your audition for Gomora. Walk us through exactly what happened.
The audition process.
Yeah, what happened there that day?
Sure, this is a long story, but I'm gonna shorten.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
So, I had auditioned for a bomb production called Ntobeko in 2017. So I auditioned for that. I looked far too young for the role, and language was not gonna work for that role. So then 3 years later, after studying, finishing my degree, I'm going, you know what? I actually think I'm just gonna dive in head first, you know? But I don't have a job, so what am I gonna do? You know? And so I was like kind of deciding what to do. It was a difficult time for me because I honestly didn't know what I was gonna do because I was turning down all these corporate jobs that were offering quite a lot of money, but I was like, I know I don't wanna do that. Then, you know, fast forward to, you know, lying on my bed in Cape Town, staring at the ceiling, like, what am I doing with my life? I'm not lying about the story. I was lying in my bed, staring at the ceiling, going, what am I gonna do with my life? Then I got a phone call, number I've never seen. Hi, yo, we're producing this new show, it's called Gomora. We saw your audition from 3 years ago. Would like for you to audition for this role. We think you might be, you know, the match. The name of the character is Ntobeko. And I'm like, oh, that's my name. That's crazy, you know? I did a self-tape, sent them the self-tape. Then the producer was in Cape Town that weekend. I auditioned for him as well. Yeah, because they'd been looking for the character for some time. And then, I got a phone call just as I was about to like sign something else. And they were like, you got the role. At first I was like, oh, it's probably like a little mini series, you know, nothing big, nothing hectic. Then I walk into the read through and I see, I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna work with you. And I was like, okay, this might actually be a big deal.
Right.
So that was, that's how that all happened.
So you never even figured the magnitude of what you're doing?
And not until the first episode.
Really, Oh my word.
How long time frame was that? Like from the audition process to?
This is crazy because it's like end of Jan. I got the call. Feb, I had to move this side. Throughout Feb, March, we're shooting. April, it dropped.
Jeez, me.
April, it dropped. I'm thinking small show, whatever. It's lockdown level 5. Everyone is home, so everyone's like watching TV right now. Twitter is just it was so overwhelming.
Dude.
That must have been a very nice feeling.
Yeah, man.
It was a mixture of both. It was a nice feeling, but it was very overwhelming. But what's great is that it was on social media, so like it wasn't. You know, I was with family at the time, you know, so everything kind of still felt normal until I like left the house and went to like a mall, like the following week to the mall, and oh my goodness,
it was too much.
Yeah, it was so bad.
But that's good though, man. Like I'm sure that's also a good feeling. You're walking in, you're like, oh wow, yeah, these people actually watch the show. They're fans.
It's a great feeling, you know, feel the love.
Now, well, on that note, we definitely feel the love from you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We are official nominees for the African Social Entertainment Awards. We thank you all for so much support. And if you guys really want to vote us, support us, please SMS R2 Kong Republic to 48068. And if you want to vote online, www.aseawards.com/voting. But yeah, we're going to be back after the ad break.
Now, for a limited time, get your exclusive photo shoot for only 2,450 Rand and get a free A1 canvas print. This special includes 20 high-resolution images, 3 hours of editing and retouching, 2 background options of your choice, includes photographer, gear hire, assistant, and refreshments. Get your exclusive photo shoot done at Kong Republic Studios based here in Kyalami, Midrand.
Hey, welcome back, Conquerors, to another episode of Kongcast. And today we're sitting with the one, the only, Mr. Ntobeko Sishi. Yay! All right, guys, we've been having a good time. Thank you for coming through, man. We love having you here, you know. But yeah, since we're getting right into it, Gomora, right, is more of a dramatic series, right? So I was wondering, when it comes to other genres of acting, you know, comedy, musicals, like you said, you did music. Would you like to venture into that, or do you enjoy the dramatic space?
Yeah, I mean, anything that's a challenge.
A challenge
for me,
to you.
anything that's a challenge for me. Because I've been doing this now it's my 3rd year doing this. I think I'm at a place now where I feel also a little bit more comfortable myself, because, you know, before comedy just seems so daunting. I think comedy is like, and people underestimate it. People think comedy is easy. Comedy is not easy. But that's just an example. I'm not saying I'm going into a comedy. I'm just saying that like anything that's challenging is I'm willing to give it a shot.
Sure.
But yeah, I am happy where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
know, so
Okay.
Well, the reason we asked you about the comedy is because we was looking at your TikTok, right? And we see one of your highest TikTok views, 1.9 million, and you do like a comedian sketch with your
Cast member,
right?
Yeah,
and
Stylo.
1.9 million, and you guys killed it. It was I watched it like 7 times in a row, bro. It was so funny. It was so funny. So I mean, it looks like you're so natural, and you guys just, playing like a dramatic role, right? You were so funny and it was so natural. That's why I asked you, is comedy something you'd like to do? Because, 1.9 million views.
I think what for me is when I'm around my friends, I've got some really funny friends. My friends are all hilarious. Stella's hilarious. A lot of my cast members also hilarious. So we just feed off each other's energy. That video was not, we weren't even like, we're just chilling. It's like, let's mess around. So I've just got a lot of funny friends.
But you killed it, bro. It wasn't like thought of, it was just on the spot.
Yeah, just on the spot.
Because
it looks like it.
Then you just started like going for it, bro. And I was like, no, this is too much.
Funny,
you overkilled it, bro. So I don't know. I think I feel, and remember, I'm not a big time producer or something, but I think you'd be so good in a comedic role, bro. Because I would love to see that.
You must definitely.
I think my sense of humor is also quite different though, because it's a hit or miss thing. I love awkward humor. I love like The Office. I love very awkward, not like slapstick. I'm trying to be funny. That's not funny for me. So
no, that was great. That was great.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, like you said, the whole Gomora and how it came about. You were basically tossed in the deep end, right? With all these actors coming through, and you're seeing all these stars, and you're like, okay, I'm going to be working with you. So what would you say has been the most challenging thing about working on Gomora? The most challenging aspect for you personally?
The most challenging aspect has been my confidence.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had a really hard time.
Really?
I had a very, very hard time for the first couple of years. Not first couple of years, not just months. Bro. Yeah. I'd say that, walking into that room, I was like, whoa, this is insane. these are all seasoned professionals. These are all people who've like studied this. I mean, I did a finance degree. Like, what am I doing here? You know, these guys have been doing this for years, you know. So for me, a lot for the longest time, I felt like I don't actually belong here. I felt like my character was just gonna get killed off or something, you know, because I was like, I couldn't even watch myself. I couldn't watch myself without cringing. Couldn't watch myself without like I almost had a full-blown panic attack the one time, just hearing my voice. Yeah, I was just I was like, this is terrible. This is so bad. I'd never want to see this. But I was like, actually, let me take steps to getting better, to, you know, restoring that confidence. Yes. You know, doing my due diligence, doing my research, you know, having a coach that I work with. Yes. That's all helped me a lot. Just confidence-wise. But that, I'd say that was my biggest challenge. For the longest time, I was like, I don't belong here. I don't think
imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I don't feel like I should be here, you know, so... Yeah,
but I'm glad you got over that, sir, because you definitely need to be there. You know? I think you do a solid job there, bro. But let's talk about social media now, right, sir? So I'm just gonna read the numbers here. So it's 551,000 followers on Instagram, okay? Almost 400,000 followers on TikTok, all right? I mean, like your YouTube is growing every day. I mean, I can't even read you the numbers because when I looked at it 2 weeks ago and looked at it yesterday and looked at it a week, it's growing. I mean, like. You're massive on social media, right? And my question to you is that, you know, you have so much following and so much growth and so much of audience that just loves your content and love you as an actor, as an individual, as a singer. How do you, firstly, how would you monetize that? Would you look at other revenues? Because I just want to give you a statistic, right? We work with small independent newspapers, all right? And the papers that we distribute on, we pay them big money, and they have a following of like 30,000, 25,000, distribution of 18,000. And now you in the hundreds of thousands. As an actor, do you think, you know, your social being such a big part of you, do you think you could monetize it? And would you look at doing something like an e-commerce range or something where you could have a website and sell a product to your audience, your fan base, that, you know, they can't get you. The closest thing they can get is what you represent or item or product that you represent. Would you ever look at something like that, sir?
I think, so when it comes to monetization, for me, it's always about the brand, and it's always about if you can integrate what both brands stand for. So for me, if I were to sell merch, it would be merch that's relevant to my music.
100%.
If I were to sell products or market products, I'd say things I consume. Things I either feel like are part of my story or I use these products every day.
Something that resonates with you.
Something that resonates with me. So for me, that's the biggest part of like monetization, is just, is it a part of my story? If it's not a part of my story, then no. But if it is, then yes.
So you would definitely look at doing some monetization on it wherever you can. I mean, obviously, if it's part of your brand, because you got to be a part of your brand. If not, it wouldn't work for you. It'd be weird if you're selling Lux soap or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I hear what you're saying.
I do use soap though. Putting that out there.
It's part of your story.
It is kind of a part of what I do every day. But no, I'm hearing you. I think for me, I think also I would have to not see it as monetization. You know, the moment I go, I'm doing this because I want to make money, is a lot of the time I'm not too happy doing stuff like that. But if I know that, okay, this is doing something that's going to resonate with my audience, this is who they are, and I'm going to serve them in my best way possible, then for me, I think that's and the money will come. If you do that, money will come.
No, 100%. Because I mean, you know, e-commerce is growing at double figures every year. And like, you know, we do believe that the future is now kind of happening, you know, because back in the day, to start up the brand, you know, your own like merch brand, you'll need a physical store, you'll need a brand on that store, you'll need like salespeople, you need to pay overheads like rent and stuff. And now you can do that for like less than 100,000 compared to a few millions back then, you know. So things is changing rapidly, you know, and Amazon is coming to South Africa next year, you know. It's just, that's how much the African market is kind of changing and it's becoming more accessible, you know. And let's be honest with you, right? Back in the day, 20, 25, 30 years ago, ago, celebrities and actors didn't have a massive social following. They didn't have this big audience. Yes, they had a following, but not like at their fingertips where they can literally see, okay, no, these are the statistics. Because with social media, you can pull out the exact analytics on what people like, what they don't like, and and the people we spoke to on the show as well, they also mentioned how they use it to direct their creativity, what the audience like, what they don't like. So no, it's cool. It's good to know. It's good to know that we'll just keep that in the back of our
yeah, 100%. Well,
Right.
speaking of merch, you're very you're very well dressed, right? And one thing I have is actually a reference, which you were talking about Abo earlier, and I think he definitely shot this, right? Yeah. So I wanted to find out about this experience. How about you tell us about this experience, this day? Because you dressed up for it. You're looking fresh,
South Africa, I was dressed by Lindani.
And that's your highest reel, right?
Highest reel,
862,000.
I don't even know these things.
862. No, we are marketing company. We look at all the numbers.
do this.
Yeah, no, we do this. But dude, there's so much. That's a lot of people that's following me.
862K views, man.
And all you're doing is just like
chilling.
you post, you got a
Smiling
show.
I think, but reels are about that, like quick 6 seconds. The longer a reel is, a lot of the time I've found it doesn't work. But in terms of that, I was dressed by Lindani. Lindani styling. Shout out Lindani. But that suit was amazing. I loved it, and I had a really good time. It was at Miss South Africa. I really enjoyed it. I don't do red carpets a lot. I don't really step out the house much, if I'm completely honest.
Really?
No. So it was really nice. I was just like, actually, I feel like going to this. Let me go. And I went with Abo. And
how was the experience, huh?
It was very nice. It was really nice. It was. It was. I mean,
It feels like
South Africa, So it was. Yeah, and shout out to Ndavi for winning. Yeah, shout out to
Yeah, man. No, 100%, my G.
But I must ask you this, right? And like, we are online show at the moment, all right? And, we do believe, we'll always do online stuff because we do believe online is the future. But I want to get your opinion. You are mainstream, you're very mainstream, music and acting, TV, and it's series. So it's not even like it's long form stuff, it's not really, you are full on mainstream. I want to get your opinion. What do you think about YouTube? And I know you take it serious because you post and you do a lot of content yourself on it. But what do you think about YouTube and the future of YouTube and, content creators like us? Like, where do you see it in the next 20, 30 years' time from now, from today? And the importance of online content creation?
Sure, I don't know specifically about YouTube. I can speak to what I think about like the space, the visual content creation space.
Digital,
I'd say like it's getting more and more important, but it is getting more and more saturated as a result of that.
That's
so it's getting harder to stand out because of how many people are using it. So growth-wise, it's growing. It's going to continue growing, I think. And the most important thing, if you're planning on using those spaces, those platforms, is to differentiate yourself.
Right.
I'd say, I don't know if my music is mainstream, right? I wouldn't call my music mainstream. The show for sure. I mean,
But we see it's been on radio. So whatever goes on radio, we classify as mainstream.
I did. So I'd say for me, I think it's really important. It's really important to capitalize on it. I've been trying not to. Like I was like, no, I make profound music.
Right.
A lot of artists are like this. They're like peacocks about their work. I can't reduce my song to a 15-second TikTok.
Sure.
That's gonna make it lose its. And I've been thinking like that for the longest time. Only a couple of months ago did I start posting more on TikTok and going, okay, let's actually start taking this seriously, because the thing is, these platforms are there for us to use. These platforms are breaking artists every day, so who am I to turn around and say, oh no, my art is too profound for that, and the thing is, I know that I've got a deeper story to tell, and if it means that I must, post a video that's 15 seconds, that's not going to cover the depth of my story, it's okay. You know, there is an entire catalog of depth if you're looking for that. You know, so for me, I think artists should learn that, because we have a lot of that. I've seen it in my peers, I've seen it in myself, where I'm too good or profound for this, and I genuinely feel like you just need to learn how to use
the platforms.
No, 100%. And you know, the reason I ask you is, right, because our strategy, we still want to eventually be on network, you know, with our shows and other shows in the pipeline. But our thing is to focus 100% on, you know, on online platforms and get feedback and get, like, you know, kind of what the audience think and how we can tweak it and stuff, because there's been so much iterations of at least what we're doing here, and that's purely from the feedback we kind of receiving, the questions we ask and what people want to hear and that kind of stuff. And we think it's an absolute important place to actually get our main piece of content right prior to pitching it for networks. But and that's how we use it. You know, I just wanted to get your take on that there, you know, and see if we're doing it correctly, because we the new guys, you're the master at this.
No way.
We still try, But Sishi, you know what? It's been lovely having you here. You know, lovely you being on Kongcast. I want to actually ask you to, you know, this is your camera. If you want to address anyone, if there's anything you want your fans to know, anything you want, you know, you want to share.
And what we can expect from you,
and what can we expect?
Okay, cool. Dropping an EP. It's a very personal one. It's about my time at university. So I hope you guys listen to it. It's gonna be a good time. And I had a very good time here. To everybody at home, I don't really give out advice much, but I'll just speak about my own experiences. You know, this is so corny, but
go for it.
The only way to differentiate yourself is by being yourself. It's the only way. The only thing that makes you unique is that you are you. So continue to tap into that, continue to give it your all, and continue to pursue your dreams and chase them. Do that which doesn't make you feel like you're working, and I promise you'll make money. So, yeah.
Aware, bro. Aware, dude. But you know what, sir? Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's such a pleasure having you. And you know, we spoke a little bit prior to this, but it's always good. I feel like so much closer to the person after the conversation, because you learn so much more, and you know, it's a good advice, and it's always eye opening. You know, so from Kong, bro, you know, please, you're like family now, dude. You know where our studios is. You know where our studios is. You know what we're up to. You know what we got in the pipeline. Feel free, come drop through. You know, have a glass of iced water with us. You know, I know you don't drink, so you know you're a healthy guy. Have an apple with us. You know, you got lots of fruit substance. You know, but man, check it, dude. Feel free, feel welcome to come through anytime. You're part of the family. You're part of the you know, the network now, dude. You know, we'd like to see you more often. And from our side, to thank you. You know, we want to offer you a photo shoot, the value of 3.5, bro. So you come through all dripped out. You look like you're ready for your shoot right now. You know,
Now I'll change.
You'll change.
I'll give you something else.
Yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, we're gonna offer you that, sir. Set it up with Eve. Come through, make a booking, and let's get this thing on, bro.
Blessings,
and man, thank you so much for coming through,
Thanks
bro.
for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, dude.
100%. On that note, guys, that is it from us here at Kong Republic, right here on Kongcast with the one, the only Mr. Ntobeko Sishi. Yay! Guys, we are signing off with the show. Thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to support us on our African Social Entertainment Awards nomination. That's right, we've been nominated for Podcast of the Year, so SMS R2 Kong Republic to 48068.
And sorry, man. I just want to say once again, guys, and I know I said this earlier, just thank you all so much. It really, you know, it really means so much to us that you guys have like voted us and think that we're in the top 5. You know,
hey, man.
We just really trying to just get the word out on what we're doing. But thank you. It means so much to us, and you know, we're looking forward to grow this with y'all. And you know, there would be bigger and better things to come where we want to work with the audience and you know, kind of invite y'all to the studio and stuff like that. So thank you all so much.
No, 100%.
Really appreciate it.
Well, anything else?
No.
Well, from everybody here at Kong Republic, we'd like to say safe. Bye, guys.
Kong Republic, I like speaking your truth on the mic. Hit the subscribe and like. Time to
Kongcast.